Good morning, brothers and sisters. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Joshua, one of the pastors here at Grace United Church, and we're reading through the Bible together in 2 years. And the verse that stuck out to me from today's reading comes from John chapter 20, verses 6 and 7. It says this: Then Simon Peter arrived, talking about Jesus' tomb. This is after the resurrection. Then Simon Peter arrived and went inside of the tomb, and he also noticed the linen wrappings lying there, while the cloth that had covered Jesus' head covering was folded up and lying apart from the other wrappings. The cloth that was on Jesus' head was folded up and it was lying apart from the other wrappings. And this is what this says: Jesus was done with our salvation. You see, what's interesting is that seeing that the cloth was folded up and lying apart, that doesn't make sense to, we don't see that because we're not Jews of that day, but the Jews of that day would understand what's going on here. You see, there was a custom that when a master was having a meal with, his peoples, and if he got up from the table to go do whatever, but he was coming back, he would leave his cloth, his napkin, he would leave it on the table just crumpled up. And so when he left it that way, that let the servants know that he's coming back, right? He's coming back because he's not finished with the meal. He's not finished with what he was doing. But if the master took his napkin, folded it up and set it to the side and left, that communicated to the servants that the master was done. He had accomplished, right? The meal was done, and he's not coming back in that sense. After Jesus' resurrection, he took the head covering and he folded it. Why did he fold it up, right? He folded it up and set it to the side. This was a small but important symbol that he was communicating, and everyone would understand this, that he was finished. He's done with what he came to do, and he was returning to the Father. And here's the deal: because Jesus returned to the Father, good news, you and I can return to the Father. Because of Jesus' resurrection, we'll be resurrected. And so he was finished. So he folded the napkin, put it to the side. I just learned that. Maybe this is the first time you've heard it. Pretty cool. Let's take this. Let's put it back into prayer. Father, thank you for raising your Son from death. Thank you that your Son completed our salvation through his atoning sacrifice on the cross and through his resurrection from the dead. We thank you for our promised resurrection and return to you. We cannot wait for the day for when we see you face to face. It's in your Son's name that all of God's people said, amen. If you'd like to join us, go to graceunitedlr.com or get our app and join us as we go through this. See you soon. Bye.